What's the best piece of advice that you can give to entrepreneurs coming from the perspective of a CEO who, according to your investors, meets all your milestones?
So the thing that's helped me the most, particularly recently, is removing myself from a lot of the stuff that I'm not good at, bringing in people to help with whether or not it's business stuff, whether or not it's real like graphic design stuff, and focus on, for me, it's been product. And I've accepted that we've hired designers who are way more talented at what they do than me. We have engineers who are much better at scaling this thing than me, and we have operations people who are much better at the meticulous operations and deals and legal stuff than I ever have been. And since I've gotten comfortable with that, I've been much happier in my day-to-day work, and we're moving a lot faster than we ever were before.
So do you think that entrepreneurs or some entrepreneurs are maybe a little distracted by the whole fundraising process and taking those kinds of meetings and chasing venture capital these days?
Oh, I mean, I think you have to be. That was explained to me very early on, and I didn't believe it, and I was convinced I could get through the process. And I told my lawyers, do as much of this as you can without calling me. I trust you guys. Let's just figure it out. We all seem to be on the same page. Let's get this through in 6 weeks. I was convinced that everyone was telling me at least 2 months. I'm like, we can do it in 6 weeks. We're not doing anything here. The term sheet looks great. It's always, you're really out of commission for a good 2.5 or 3 months, and even if that's not, even if the beginnings of talking to investors to finally signing the deal and having the money wired, even if that's a 6-8 week period, it's a huge mental sink, and it's incredibly exhausting. So anyway, yeah,
but you have to do it.
So we've done it twice now. I'll say the second time we actually had some help, and I tried to remove myself from the process as much as possible, which I could actually do this time because I had people there who I trusted to help out. Helped a lot, and I imagine Zuckerberg had a lot less to do with this last mammoth round that they did than he did the first couple times. So it's one of those things where as you start to bring in more management, more people to help out that you trust. Me, at least as a product person, I've had the luxury of not having to be quite as exhausted and quite as muddied in all that business stuff.